Hey there, Internet. Keeve here, and welcome to the Cars with Keeve YouTube channel. And I know it's been said on my channel many times, the ultimate foam cannon, the cheapest foam cannon, the best value foam cannon. Well, I found another one, and the ultimate best value foam cannon on the market today is this right here, the new Ryobi foam cannon. Look familiar to my favorite foam cannon on the market, the Raincovo Snow Pro. Only difference between the two is the Snow Pro's bottle is tinted black. Other than that, exactly the same. We'll check orifice sizes, we'll check other things to make sure manufacturing processes are the same, but you can just tell by the way it looks. These are probably made in the same factory, right? Or at least using the same molds at different factories. And it's just like another foam cannon that they put on the market, the Ryobi Economizer, the tinting of the bottle, the same bottle as the Raincovo. But this one had this itty bitty little metering tip that went up by the straw, which put this at $39.99. It's on sale for like 33 bucks. This is about $33 pretty much all the time, but this started life at about $25 and worked its way up. This is $19.99, and it's not listed at 30 bucks discounted to $19.99. It's listed as $19.99. You cannot beat this value at 20 bucks. Through the video, we'll make sure that it still is Raincovo type performance, which is MJJC style. It is an MJJC style manifold. We see the riser. We have everything here, the M22. Everything is exactly what we are expecting out of that type of foam cannon. And we know that they are going to perform well. Now, the good thing about this is people ask before replacement bottles for the Raincovo because they have had one break or drop or something, or the neck cracked. But if you did break the cap, somehow the cap cracked, I did find these online that has the dual threaded cap that is exactly the same neck cap as any of these. And I found this for $9.99 on Amazon. So I'll link it below as long as everything else in the video. What comes with it? Teflon tape, 1.1 orifice in the bag, and an extra filter. You have a nice clear bottle here with a nice ergonomic little area right here to put your finger so you can hold the bottle. The bottle is not extremely wide at the bottom. It's kind of tall, which does give balance issues compared to some that have a much wider base, but it's okay empty. It's decent balance. It's good balance from a flat bottom standpoint. Like it sits well. It just can be a little tipsy. If you put any liquid in it, it's good. It's not going to move at all. At the top, you have a nice tense adjustment here that allows you to go horizontal and vertical. At the front is your ability to change from, this is going to give you a really wide spray fan, and then all the way out this way is going to give you just a straight stream. And this is a little loose. Adjustment knob at top. All this does, fully to the right, is max foam. That's where I do all my testing. But if you want the foam to be a little less thick, you can turn the knob to the left. On the back side here is one of the best parts of this type of design is the M22. So it's a hand tight in here to where you can change your orifice. This is so much easier to put on because you don't need anything else. You don't need Teflon, you don't need a wrench, nothing. Goes on hand tight. Under here, you have your flexible straw, and then you have a weighted ball. This helps keep it in the liquid at all times. Under the cap here, you can see we have dual threading. This is for your main outer bottle. This threading is for just about most smaller soap bottles, even a 2-liter bottle, those type of bottles that if your other one ever fails, you can use one here just in case. Then on here, unlike most foam cannons, there's usually a pin here. This actually gives you a quick threading where you can undo your foam cannon from here. This gives you quicker access to changing that filter out. You would just use a screwdriver or something from this side, pop that out, and you'll be able to replace it. All right, we're gonna check the accuracy of the orifices. And this could be off because of the price, right? We're not, and really incredible manufacturing tolerances here. MJJC are the only ones I trust to buy aftermarket. They're always dead on accurate, but they cost $10. All right, so this is a 1.19. Yep. So 1.19 on the one that's installed in the Raincovo. It's off, but it's not crazy off, but it can be a problem depending on your pressure washer. 1.1. Yeah, that's good there. Yep. The one that's in the bag that says it's a 1.1 is dead on a 1.1. So the Ryobi is the same. It's a 1.19 installed. Whoa. All right. Well, the one that's in the bag is a 1.19 as well. So they're not going to give you the ability to go down to the 1.1 unless you get a true 1.1. If you paid $10 for an accurate one, $13 extra for this. Whew. It's tough to tell. It depends on the pressure washer you have, because if you have a lower end pressure washer, Ryobi, Karcher, Greenworks, any of those 1.2 gallon per minute machines, doesn't matter. The 1.19 that's in here is going to be perfectly fine for you. But if you're running an active 2.0, you don't want to go below 1.25. You want to be 1.25 to 1.35. Ryobi automotive pressure washer, you want to be at 1.25. An active 2.3, you want to be between 1.4 and 1.5. They usually, with their foam cannons and with their pressure washer, they give you one just to use for their pressure washer. But sometimes theirs is inaccurate to the other spectrum. They say it's a 1.45 and it measures 1.5, 1.52. For an AR630 at Krensla, 1.25 is just fine. So that's enough talking. It's time to test and validate the performance of this to make sure that it is truly the best value foam can on the market, because we talked about the orifice sizes. Even the Raincovo, you can't get a true 1.25. So if you're looking for a true orifice, check the links in the description below, along with anything else in the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you're on mobile and you believe I deserve some hype points, go ahead and hype me up. If you don't know about that, at the end of the video, I'll show you how to give hype points, and I'll show you a small creator that deserves them. Let's go have some fun. So to represent the lower end of the market, the majority of pressure washers out there in the world, we have a Ryobi 1800 here. 1.2 gallon per minute machines. It's going to be just like your Greenworks, your Karchers, your Sunjoes, all of those, Harbor Freight stuff, all that kind of stuff. And it does really, really well. It can use many different orifices. It doesn't matter at all. It just depends on how much foam you want to use. I have the new McKillen's hose hooked up here to it with their push connects. They're just easy to use and great. The hose is pretty good. I'm testing it out, working with it. I'll have a video out at some point kind of going over that, the two different types of hoses they have. And obviously we have our favorite gun right here, the Sitem ML gun. Oh, we added a McKillen's push connect at the end. Just a great combo. We have our Flexzilla 5/8" swivel grip hose here with our Ely and our Ely quick connects hooked up on this side. So that way I can shut my water on and off from here. So to represent the higher end of the market, the higher flow GPM machines, we have their AR630 V2 up here, fixed fans, retractable hose reel, Blushield Kevlar 3/8" hose, and we have another Sitem ML gun. This is the reason why this thing's under pressure. Like the swivel on these is amazing. So over on this side, we're going to use our pre-mixed incredible suds in the foam can. So I use in every foam cannon video. They now have a version 2 or a type 2, but they both foam about the same. The type 2 is just a little bit better in every way. Cars Keep will save you 10% at the House of Rags or at DIY Detail. Just a great cleaning foaming soap, using it every single video as my control for foam. And we use it at 32:1, but it's really closer to 33:1 because these are measured in liters. So we have 4 liters and then we put 4 ounces. I don't have to figure out how much liquid needs to go in here and how much soap to figure that out. I just use just enough for the video. Foam is going to be pretty good regardless with this type of manifold. I just know it already. Haven't even sprayed this yet. I just know that these spray good. And this is becoming common across just about every foam cannon out there. Here we go. Oh yeah. That is not the thickest out there because we're a 1.19 on a Ryobi. But it just goes to show you, if you have really good foam cannon, you can get really good foam straight out of the box. We're going to use the Kevlar nozzle to rinse it off. Just a 1/4" shower nozzle. I didn't coin that phrase. Somebody else did, but it's become a thing. So we have the 1.1 in here, and this is going to decide for you whether this is the value for you or not, because the Raincovo comes with a true 1.1. And a good true 1.1 on Amazon is about $9 to $10. So you're only out $3 or $4 difference now to get black and red versus blue and white, or a tinted bottle. So it does make it a little bit closer then, but if you already have a 1.1, then you're good to go. See the difference in the thickness, the dimpling. It doesn't work as fast. It dwells longer. Now, a lot of people don't like this type of foam. A lot of people like the other foam that I showed. So it depends on your preference of foam, really. If you want the thick, then you got to go the 1.1 with this type of pressure washer. And that's really going to depend on your soap too, because if your soap is not very soapy, you really need the 1.1 to get the foam. All right, we were on the AR630 setup now. I put an MJJC 1.25 in here, so I know it is accurate, and this is going to be some really good foam. Yeah. That's what I'm looking for. This is what I like. Foam is a thing for me. I prefer foam on a wash. Is it needed? I mean, I think foam is needed to a certain extent, but the thickness of the foam is not necessarily what the part is needed. But from a therapeutic standpoint, when I'm washing cars, this makes it enjoyable for me. This is what I am looking forward to. So it makes washing fun. So to me, it's a need in my setup to be able to foam, because it's going to make me want to wash my car more. Using the Kevlar nozzle as well on the AR630, it works significantly better on a machine with this type of flow rate. Now, if you notice, you see, it looks like there's a layer of soap kind of left behind after the initial rinse. This is called a secondary surfactant. It's not a flaw. It's as the first surfactant comes down, the secondary surfactant is still working behind it on the surface. Sometimes it'll look like a really thick layer. Sometimes not. Just depends on, like, a lot of times it's temperature and stuff to really see it, or how much flow you're using to rinse it off. On the Ryobi, it showed up a little bit more because we were using as much water to rinse it down. It doesn't rinse as easily. So that's just letting you know that it's not some kind of crazy problem with your soap. It's called a secondary surfactant. I must be getting old because I totally forgot to do the drop test. So we're going to do 3 empty drops right here. Well, it likes to bounce. Now, usually these bottles hold up pretty well, but even if it breaks at 20 bucks, it's not bad. Here's one. Everything is still good. 2. And for final measure, we'll just drop this from a little bit higher. That one kind of landed on the side. Let's give it another drop. So it's just right. There you go. And just like all those other bottles on the Raincovo, these do so well. You can see it's beat up, it's scratched, but not cracked. Not leaking at all. Neck's not broken. Everything is just fine. So is the new Ryobi foam cannon the best value out there? Absolutely it is to me. And even if it doesn't come with a true 1.25, a 1.25 will cost you about 10 bucks on the market for a real accurate one, an MJJC. That puts it about 30 bucks. But nothing else in that price range comes with a true 1.25, because the Raincovo at $33, it's not a true 1.25 either. Now, if you're looking for a true 1.1, the Raincovo is probably the better value because it comes with a true 1.1. And you get the red and black for $3 more. The value is really out there. If you got something that's 15 bucks, 12 bucks, I guarantee it's not going to be as good as this. It's not. And more than likely their orifices aren't accurate either. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check the links below for anything in the video. And if you have mobile, there's a thing called hype points. You may have it, you may not, who knows, but the creator needs to be partnered with YouTube, meaning monetized, and they have to be less than 500,000 subscribers. Here is tonight's feature, Serrano's Mobile. You can go to any of their videos as long as that video was posted in the last 7 days. A lot of creators I want to show you haven't posted in like weeks. You got to get consistent, right? We got to make some videos if you want to grow. So right here, slide to the left on the comments. You can see now it says hype this video. I'm going to hype this video and I'm going to give him 1,000 hype points. That video now has 7,000 hype points. So that's what the hype points are for. They have a leaderboard. It kind of helps us smaller creators grow organically. I'll see you in the next video. Now, if you have, God damn fly. At the top, you have a nice tense adjustment that at the top, at the top, you have a nice, So that's enough. So that's enough talking. So that's enough talk. Oh my gosh. Which is important for you, Active 2.0 and auto. Blah, 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 blah. At that point, it oh my gosh.